Hi guys, and welcome back to one of my planner project videos. So in today's video I've made you a short time lapse, I say short, it's about an 8-minute time lapse of me designing and creating the project page that I missed out in one of the previous videos, and then I go through adding the database that I made in a previous video into the solution, and then also filling in all the data models that I'm going to be using to make interfacing with that data a lot easier. So that's being said, let's hop into today's video. If you missed any of the previous videos, I'm going to leave a card in the top right for you now, just so that you can look back at maybe some of the other stuff that you may have missed if you're new to the channel. So that being said, let's hop into the time lapse. Enjoy. Hi guys, so hope you enjoyed that time lapse of me designing and implementing the project window. So now that looks a little like this when it loads up. Alright, so I've got my login screen, so just type in some data that works. Again, this isn't set up yet. Cool. Sign in, projects. So as you can see, I've got the title like I've got with all of them. This is going to contain a list of all the projects that I have available. I also plan on putting maybe a plus button somewhere here.
So probably like there, there, because otherwise I hate to create a button. Or what I'll do is I'll create an item that goes right in this last spot here. That I'll just manually add that in. Yeah. Or I'll put it inside this card at the top and just say, or at the bottom maybe, just add project. I didn't really think about that when I was designing it, to be honest, but I've just thought about it now. So yeah. I've also got, when you click on a project, it will create a project. It will load up information to this. So it will load up all the notes, it will load up the tasks, show the project name, and that's just about the gist of it. I've also gone ahead and done, which I don't think it's in the recording, is I've actually got rid of um, the dark panel inside of this and this, just because this itself is just going to contain a list of events. What I'm also going to do is I'm actually going to adjust this layout so that it's more in line with this. So as you can see, this, which is like going to be like the contents bit, I intend or maybe bring over here. See, it doesn't need to be as big as it is. Um, you know, so I'll see. I'll try it out off camera. If I like it, if I like what I see, then I will change it across the board. Otherwise, I'll leave it as it is. So now what I'm going to do is so for the main bulk of this video, just because I wanted to get that done, for the main bulk of this video, I actually am going to be adding in a data source. So what that means is it'll be like my database basically. So because this program that I've created and am creating is going to be hosted locally, it's not going to connect at all to the internet, it's not going to be shared across multiple systems, it's all going to be in-house. I can actually keep my database static connected with the program, right? So it's probably not the best way to do it. You're probably better off using a Access database, sorry, a SQL Server database. But this is a method that I'm quite familiar with. Um, so I'll probably mess around with SQL Server in my spare time, test it out, and maybe implement it in another project in the future. But for the time being, um, you see that I already have my data set in here. That's because I've already done all this. But when I played back the recording, the audio was terrible. I know it's not good right now, but it was even worse. Like you couldn't really hear anything. Um, so because I'm not sure what that is, but I've had it a couple of times. But I restarted my recording software a couple of times, and it's all good now. So the way that I did this was I clicked up here, add new data source, and then I'm adding in a database. It's neither of these, so I'm not going to be getting it from an object or a service. I'm getting it from a database. This is the only option that's available. And then I create a new connection using this, and then I browse. Then I browsed for this folder, this file here, right? So data.mdb, open, okie next. See, now what you're meant to do is you're meant to click yes. So what I'm actually going to do, just while I do this, is I'm just going to quickly create an empty database just to show you what it does. And just make sure it's an MDB. So 2002 to 2003. Create. Save. I'm just going to call it table 1. And then close it. Right, just so that I've got a note to show you. So database, dataset, create a new connection, and I'm actually going to find out where that saved it to. If I try to create a new one, where does it go? OneDrive documents. Neat. So, OneDrive documents, and it was this one here, database1.odb. Okie dokie. Next. Then you've got to click yes. This is basically, because this isn't in my project folder already, it wants to copy it over so it's got a local one to reference. So I'll just click yes. I give it a connection string. I save the connection. Next. And then I just click on here. Then I say what I want the data set to be called. I then click finish. And then that will basically copy all of my tables, all of my relationships into Visual Studio, and it stores it as a data set. I'm going to click cancel because I don't want this, because this was just to show you how I did it. And you end up getting this, right? So it's got all of these. It's got all my fields, all of this junk. So then, just so that it's easier to see what's going on inside of it, you can click that button there. So that button in the top right corner, so top left, basically allows you to edit it using this designer here. And this just lays out all of your tables in a nice way so it shows how they're related to each other. Alright, so then what I went ahead and did is I have created my models, and I'm going to show you a time lapse of me doing that now. So that being said, let's hop into the time lapse, and I'll see you after. So now that's all done and dusted, I've got all these data models. You'll notice that I did create a interface, right? If you have sharp eyes. So an interface is just a contract that basically describes what a class must have. So if a class implements this interface, it must also contain these fields and this function, right? So it must contain this. It doesn't say, what any of this stuff's got to do, just that really it needs this with the capacity to get and set, right? And this here is saying it needs to have a function that is returns nothing, so it returns a void. So it doesn't return any value whatsoever. It's called update dataset. It has an open and close. It takes no parameters. Zoom that in a bit. Yeah. Okay, so it doesn't contain any code. Just because you don't want to give it any default behavior, you just want to say that it is capable. It must be able to do this stuff. Okay, so I'll show you what that looks like in the code. As you can see, I have got for these properties here, right, that are like going to be used all the time. I have created full properties, so the private internal, the private value, and then the public one just gets and sets this. This was so that I could, when any of one of these is updated, and in fact I'm also going to create a private one for each of these. But when this is created, whenever I update this, I'm going to call this function. Again, I haven't got that in here because I did forget while I was recording. But it will then call this function, and then inside of here, it will update the actual database. Okay. I'm also going to create constructors that take in a set of it's going to take in the data, so it's going to take in like a user column. It's actually called a user row, but more than that probably in the next video. And then what that'll do is that will look at the relevant table, and then it will it will get this it'll extract this information and put it into these properties, which then you can use within the program. The reason I've done that, I'm going to do this rather than just always referencing the data source, is just because it will shorten my code. Right, and why is it? I do not want that. Delete. Yes, please. I don't want that. So yeah, I think that is all the changes that I've made. Yeah, you can see here I've also got I've got my data.mdb, a data set, and that is just so that I can that's where all my data is going to be hosted basically. So data isn't going to be hosted inside of here. It'll actually be if I go to my file explorer, projects, personal planner, bin, debug. That's actually here, right? Where my application is here. If I were to run this, it would run my application. Right? It's actually got it here so that this can reference this directly and update it, etc. So this would be where I go if I want to manually update data. If I want to make any changes, then I'll change it here, like to the structure. I'll come in here, I'll update this, and then this will be then I can come in and update it here. One thing that I do need to do is I need to actually come into Solution Explorer, click on this, Properties, and then I actually only want to copy the contents if this version, if the file that's inside of my files, like my source files, is newer than the stuff that's actually inside of my application folder, right? Inside of my bin debug or my bin release, wherever the application is running. All right. Um, so that's it for this video. I hope you enjoyed what you saw. If you did, please hit the thumbs up button. It would be greatly appreciated. Subscribe if you haven't already, and click on the notification bell below just to keep up to date on my uploads. So if you want to see, if you didn't watch any of the others in the other videos in this series, I'll leave a link in the top right corner up here, probably about now. Be a link to my channel here, and also a link to my Python for Beginners tutorial around about here. So thanks again for watching, and I'll catch you in the next one.